Under this heading, I will give the floor to Mr. Elgun Safarov for 5 minutes. You have the floor, Mr. Safarov.
Merci beaucoup, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me warmly welcome Head of Delegation and honourable delegation members. The labour law of the Republic of Congo guarantees equal pay for equal work regardless of sex. In 2022, the state also adopted the Moubera Act, which provides for the protection of women in workplaces. The government has also undertaken campaigns to provide jobs of women, especially, and advocacy campaigns, including their equal rights on the social protection system. But at the same time, poverty level in the different countries is high level, especially. Close to the history, it was more than 60 years during this last 10 years, but it's reduced till these days. At the same time, while no discrimination law exists, the state party highlights that the reproductive status of the woman tends to play a factor in the difference of recruitment of women. This underscores the need for laws which directly prohibit the discrimination of women in workplace especially. When we go to the question of the concerns, we need to underline that barriers of the professional qualification of young women especially limiting their acceptance to the non-traditional parts, for example, for oil structure or different entrepreneurship positions. When we say about the legislation, that we have problems in the implementation of legislation, especially sexual harassment in workplace, because no existence such kind of special responsibility in administrative code and criminal code. That's why no criminal cases. Maybe we are wrong. Just please let's clarify this question. Women in informal sector, which coming from the rural women especially, and poverty questions including, they didn't get the pension because they're representing in informal sector. That's why agriculture, rural situations, and a special legislation. I will go to the point that we have a special law, labor code, which adopted, and of course it was reformed during the years, especially Article 2, when the sectors have a predominantly female workforce, a high risk of forced labor. The failure to ensure that labor law protection extends to informal workers and those in domestic and agriculture sectors higher the risk of the forced labor. Taking all the points which already including in our questions, I will go to the questions. First of all, when we say about the sexual harassment, what strategies are in place to raise awareness among employers and employers about women's rights in workplace and the need for safeguard measures to mitigate sexual harassment and create a violence-free ecosystem in the workplace? What kind of criminal or administrative legislation you have, including in your court decisions, for example? The second and the third question for me, which are very important, also same. You adopted many things, including on the national legislation, many international agreements, but not so many in ILO, International Labour Organization. We have two very interesting and very significant conventions which need to be going on the same line. The one is a directly problem in your country, Convention 156, workers with family responsibilities. And the convention which giving the woman possibility to work directly, especially, and including childcare facilitations, creating such kind of possibilities. And one more convention, violence and harassment on the workplace, which are at the same time the problematic situation underlining in the region countries, not just in your country, especially legislation adoption and implementation. And I will go to the one more question, which about the pension rights. We're going to the equalization questions at the same time between men and women. Pension rights in the law, it's the same, but from informal sector, it's not the same, especially women representing men in informal sector, not men. And when we go to the question which are main about the data, statistic data, and pay gap situation, it's a real problem at this moment in this country, in your country, and how you are trying to prevent this situation, what kind of measures or strategies you adopt or you plan to adopt to reduce the question of pay gap and to collect directly right data. Thank you very much.